Thank you so much, Mr. Dini. At 21 years old and still yet to even graduate college, I cannot believe I am here already back to speak to you today. I am humbled and honored to have this opportunity. Last year, Manny Acho from the class of 2009 gave this address, and he leaves me with some big shoes to fill, literally. I'm sorry to disappoint, but I am not a professional football player or even a college athlete. Despite my lack of experience in this regard, I hope my remarks today will shed some light on what I learned at St. Mark's and in my first 3 years of college in order to help prepare you for the journey ahead in this new school year. I have the fortune to stand before you today because I had the courage to do something unexpected. My major at Stanford is called Management Science and Engineering. My classes are a mix of business skills like management and finance, combined with other classes to learn engineering and technology skills like computer science. The summer before senior year of college is a time when most students try to get an internship at a company or in an industry where they may try to work after graduating. As you may imagine, many of my friends at Stanford are competitive and accomplished high achievers. Because of that, a lot of my friends sought internships at prestigious companies. I have friends working at Google, Facebook, and big banks like Bank of America. I could have allowed the social pressure to keep up with their accomplishments to lead me to seek an internships at these companies as well, but I did not. In fact, the past 2 summers, I pursued similar finance internships to learn about investing in companies. And I learned many great skills, and I had amazing mentors at these internships. However, I knew that working in finance was not for me. But pursuing those goals, The last 2 summers, I shared the same mindset as my Stanford peers, as I sought to learn the most effective ways to achieve the victories of making money and attaining a job of high status. But pursuing those goals did not bring true meaning and fulfillment to me, and I knew that I needed to try something different. I decided to come back home to St. Mark's, and I am so happy that I made the courage to do something different. This summer, I have been working here as an intern to further develop our character and leadership program. My work here is very different from my past internships in business and the subjects I have studied in my college classes, but it has been far more fulfilling. Throughout this summer, I have had the chance to reflect deeply on my time at St. Mark's and to revisit the most meaningful lessons that I learned during my 11 years here. I have had many successes since I graduated from St. Mark's, but I have also had my share of misfires. My mistakes shared one feature. They all involved forgetting what I learned from St. Mark's and from my family. St. Mark's graduates really are different from young men and women from other schools. At St. Mark's, I learned to be a passionate community servant, and I helped to lead others on huge endeavors like the Habitat for Humanity builds. But at Stanford, I forgot about the warm feelings that I felt when serving others because I made friends who did not share the same passion. At St. Mark's, I made unbreakable bonds of brotherhood with my teammates on the swimming and water polo teams, and I learned that striving to achieve a goal and master a skill with people I loved and trusted dearly was such a meaningful endeavor. But at Stanford, I failed to commit myself to a team in this way, and I forgot the value of being part of such a community. At St. Mark's, I would stay for hours after sports practice in Dr. Stegg's classroom for philosophy club, and I learned truths about how to live well. But at Stanford, I was not able to find a group of people that cherished the timeless words of Plato as much as I did. Most importantly, this opportunity to look inward at my past experiences showed me the power of stories. By coming back to St. Mark's this summer, I think that I have found my true life purpose and what I want to accomplish with my career. Using my skill set of business and technology that I have learned at Stanford, mixed with my passion for education, I want to use software in technology to help students like you create your own life narratives filled with stories about learning to lead, learning to serve, and learning to thrive that you are proud to tell. Each of our lives is a narrative that we write every day. Only we get to choose how that story is told through our actions, and there are so many different choices to make. At St. Mark's, I learned that the best life narratives are filled with stories about people who throw themselves into their communities and become leaders by serving those around them. At St. Mark's, I learned that cherishing the shared struggle to strive toward a common goal, like playing together with teammates who I love to win a water polo state championship, was far more rewarding than any amount of money I could ever make. If I had to choose between giving up my relationships with Coach Opria, Mr. Hunt, and Dr. Stegg, or going to a less prestigious college, I would undoubtedly choose a less prestigious college because those relationships and the lessons they taught me mean the world to me. If I had to choose between my friendships with Nathan Andrasic, Corson Purnell, Jack O'Neill, among many others, or having B's instead of A's in my classes, I would choose my friendships any day. Right now, many of you may well think that winning the grade game and the college admissions game are what your life is all about. And just a few years out, though, you are very likely to realize that what matters by far the most to you will be the friendships and the skills that you honed in the trenches of the football team during two-a-days, the newspaper during marathon editing sessions on the weekends, or the final touches on the robot with the team at 2 a.m. You have 870 brothers here in this room, but you also have over 4,000 brother alums out there in the world. We are all excited to share in the meaning you will make and the stories you will be able to tell. So make this year the year that you take control and start creating the life narrative that you want to tell by living deliberately with purpose. And finally, don't be afraid to do the unexpected.